Hi, welcome. So today I'm going to give you a quick explanation as to what we do. Um, as you can see on the screen right now, these are a number of our ads that are playing. But basically what we do is we get money for people that can't get financing from other sources. So that means they can't get money from the bank, or they can't get money from wherever they got their previous mortgage. So we can get you money to pay for your bills. We can get you money so you can pay for your car. We can get you money so you can go on vacation. And we can get you money fast. We're the fastest lenders in Canada. We have the highest approval rate in Canada. That means as long as you've got equity in your house, we can approve you. Doesn't matter whether you're working, doesn't matter what your credit's like. What we do is we get your credit fixed. So when you get a loan from us, your credit starts getting better, right? Because you get the money, you can pay off all your high interest credit cards, you can pay off all your bad debt, you can pay off any money that you have owing. And then all you have is your one mortgage payment. And the great thing about mortgages is right now, the interest rates are lower than they have been in years. That means that when you get your money and you refinance your house, your payment's probably going to be less than what you were paying before. So let's say, for example, I'm just going to bring the calculator up into the screen here. Let's say you were paying $1,500 for your mortgage, and between your car loan and your credit cards and all the other stuff, you're paying another $1,500. So that's $3,000 a month. Let's say we get you your mortgage refinanced, and we get all the money that you need to pay off all your credit cards, to pay off your car loan, and to give you some security. Usually that means putting about $10,000 or $20,000 aside so that you have a fund in case something happens. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow, and we want you to be ready for it. So again, we'll get you the money that you need, and we get it for you fast. We're the fastest in Canada. We have the highest approval rating in Canada, and we also go from coast to coast. So no matter where you are in the country, we get you your money. But let's just say, instead of having $3,000 a month, you refinance your mortgage, and your mortgage payment now is $2,000. But with it being $2,000, you've also paid off your car loan, you've paid off your high interest credit cards. So all you're paying a month now is your $2,000 mortgage, right? The other way we can do it is we can get a second mortgage. So what happens with a second mortgage is you leave your first mortgage the way it is. So you're paying $1,500 towards your first mortgage, and we get you a second mortgage on the house to pay for all your credit cards, to pay for whatever you need the money for, right? I always recommend people to get all their high interest credit cards paid, their car loan, get everything out of there. That way you only have 1 or 2 payments a month. So if you refinance your house, you just have the one mortgage payment you have to pay. You're saving $1,000 a month. There's really nothing bad to say about it. If you end up getting a second mortgage, you have your first mortgage payment and you have your second mortgage payment. So if your first mortgage payment was $1,500, let's just say that's on your $300,000 mortgage that you got when you purchased your house. But now the house is worth $400,000, and you've paid down about $50,000 of that. So you have $150,000 in equity. So let's say we get you $50,000 out of equity, and we get all your bills paid, your car loan, your credit cards, everything paid. That way you only have the second mortgage, which is probably going to cost you about $500 a month. You're still only paying $2,000 $2,000 a month, and you're still saving $1,000 a month. You don't have to worry about high interest credit cards. You don't have to worry about your car loans. And if you had bills that had gone into collections, whatever reason that the bank had to not finance you, they now don't have anymore because your credit's great. You've paid off all your credit cards. You've paid off your car loan. You know how rare it is for somebody to come and just pay off everything on their credit bureau? When you go back to the bank, they're going to look at you and be like, wow, you did the right thing. And that's what I want to show people, is that they can actually get their credit fixed. They can get the money to do whatever they need to do, and at the same time they're putting themselves in a better position than they were. So again, we get you the money. We don't tell you what it's for. You just tell us how much you need. So again, when you're looking for a second mortgage or a refinance, you're usually looking at about up to 80% of the value of the property. So let's say, for example, your property is worth $400,000, right? And you currently owe $300,000 on it. So we're going to do an 80% of 400,000. So 400,000 times 0.8 means you've got $20,000 that's definitely accessible. But if we do this again and we say your house is worth $450,000 now, and you want to get the money out at $450,000, if we do a 0.8 times 0.8, you've got $60,000 available. Most people that we talk to, they've already paid down their mortgage about $50,000. That's usually what happens within a few years of paying your mortgage down. And all over Canada, housing prices have been going up. So if you've had your house for 3 or 4 years, chances are that your house value has gone up by at least $50,000, and you've paid your loan down by at least $50,000. That means that you've got at least $100,000 in equity, right? And that means we can help you. Whether you've got the easiest way to check how much money you can get is you take the balance owing on the house, so $400,000. Let's say that's what you owe on your house, but let's say the house is worth $600,000, because that would generally be the case. If you owed about $400,000, the value now would be about $600,000 in most parts of Canada, and also the amount that you've paid down in the past few years. You probably, if you have a house worth $600,000, you probably paid about $450 or $500 for it, and it's appreciated about $100,000 in the last few years. Not only that, you've paid down at least $50,000, right? So if you've got a house value that's worth $600,000, your mortgage balance is about $450,000. That means you've got $150,000 in equity, right? And again, we can take you can borrow up to 80% of the value of your house. So we go times 0.8, 480,000 minus your original amount owing, which is $400,000. And look at that, you've got $80,000 available. And this is just a rough estimate. This is based on what generally would be the case across the country. Most lenders will go up to 80%, right? That's not saying that we can't go higher than that. It really depends then on where you are, the property of the house, the housing market, all that kind of stuff. But what you really want to look at is, okay, what's my house actually worth? And the best way to find out what your house is actually worth is either you're going to go on the assessment sites. So for example, BC Assessment, they have their house values for all of BC on that website. But that's going with what the government considers your house is worth for tax purposes. What I like to do is I like to look at the address and I put that address into Google, or even just the street address into Google, and I look for houses that are for sale. So what you would do is you would go into Google and you would type in houses for sale and then your street. So let's say you live on Pickering Avenue and then in the city. So it'll tell you all the houses for sale in your area, and you can generally compare, and you'll be able to know what your house is worth. So again, if you have any questions, we always ask you to call us. Please don't hesitate to call us anytime. We always answer the phone. If we don't answer the phone, we're with a customer and we'll call you right back. You can also do our online application form. I really like the online application form for the purpose that it gives us all the information we need to get you approved before we even talk to you. So when you fill out this form online, by the time we talk to you, we've probably already got you a lender ready. So that means boom, 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 you've got your money and you've got it fast. Again, if you have any questions or anything that you need to talk to us about, don't hesitate to call us. Our 647-873-7623 is for our head office number, but we have offices in BC, we have offices in Winnipeg, and we have offices in Ontario, Toronto. So again, please don't hesitate to call us if you have any questions. We're the ones that will get you the money 100% of the time, and we get it to you within 2 days or less. There really isn't anybody else in the country that does what we do. Thank you for your attention, and hopefully we talk to you soon. Bye-bye.